Alright, we're starting with the new Flightfactor 777-Y, the 300ER. So we also have the, we're experimenting with the first officer procedure. So let's go ahead and see how this goes. Power up.
Power up. Battery switch on.
Okay. And it highlights the area that you need to be doing it, and the captain
C1
replies.
and C2 primary pump switches. Off.
Off.
In position. Demand pump selectors. Off.
All of them are
Wiper
off.
selectors. Off.
Off.
Landing gear lever. Down. Selected. Alternate flap selector. Off. Selected. APU selector. Start, then on.
Start, then on.
Start, then on. APU generator switch. On. On. Bus tie switches. Auto. Auto. Verify electrical power is established.
Okay, so the captain's going to verify the electrical system, which the APU, when it starts up and runs on its own, is firing up now. Okay.
Verified.
There we go.
Procedure complete.
Okay, so primary, let's check that out. I'm just writing down notes and what to expect.
Pre-flight procedure. Adiro switch. Off. Off.
Adiro.
Wait 30 seconds.
Or wait 30 seconds, and then it has a clock over here. Now the FMCs are up. Okay.
Awaiting your confirmation on the procedure.
Check.
Check. Adiro switch. On.
Alright, so the captain, when you hit the C over here, the captain is saying the 30 seconds has passed. So now we turn it on.
On. Status display. On.
Okay, status display, which is right over here.
Status display. Check.
There we go. And we just hit the C for check.
Check. Oxygen mask. Stowed and doors closed. Reset test switch. Push and hold. Complete. Emergency test selector. Push and hold. Completed. Normal 100% selector. Set. 100%. Affirm. Crew oxygen pressure. Normal. Set. Emergency equipment. Checked and stowed. Overhead maintenance panel. Guards closed. Check. Cargo temperature selectors. Low. Selected. Circuit breakers. Check. Checked. Park brake. Set. Set. Procedure complete.
Okay. The next one's going to be CDU, and that's when we verify our location. Okay, let's check it out.
CDU pre-flight. CDU item page. Selected. Selected. The model is 777-300ER, and the engines are GE9115B. Check.
Check.
Check. The active navigational database is valid. Check.
April 16th to May 14th, 2026. And you'll see the C for check, that's the captain, and he's going to answer. When you see O, that means to override. And then he's not going to do anything next until you confirm it.
Check. CDU position init page. Selected. Selected. Current time is 09:51 Zulu. Check.
Right there, check.
Check. Present position. Set.
Okay, so we're going to be out of the Philippines. And we put that in the box.
Set.
Set.
CDU route page. Selected. Selected. The route and the flight number. Set and execute.
Okay. 7:30. This is really cool. And we're going from Philippines to Bangkok. BS01. And execute.
Set and execute. The runway and departure. Set and execute. Set and execute. CDU nav radio page. Selected. Selected.
There's Miami.
Navigation radios. Set.
Set. Which is out of Manila and then down to the end of the
please. Set as needed. CDU performance init page. Selected.
perf right there.
Selected. The weight data set.
Okay, we don't have it set, but let me pull up the OPS flight plan. Okay, zero fuel weight's going to be 456.9, and let's see, fuel is going to be 60,424. 60.4. Okay, and reserves is going to be 12.1. So it looks like people.
The zero fuel weight, the fuel weight and the gross weight agree with the dispatch papers. Check.
Maximum is 378. So 360. We can't go up to 43. Okay, let's see, fuel, and agree with PAPE, which is the OIF page. Six. Oh, you know what? I need to initialize the flight. So now the flight plan is in the EFB. Optimize. Okay, gross weight, zero fuel weight, fuel. Verify. They all agree. With the PAPE. PAPE. Okay, so in this case with the CPU pre-flight, the gross weight, the zero fuel weight, and the fuel is already checked. I got that information from the flight plan, and also it's checked. Now the notes say when you have the O for override, this might be used in the case where the first officer is unable to perform the item, but you deemed it unnecessary and wish to skip it. So the captain made the decision. We saw it on the old, flight plan, and so we're going to go ahead and skip it.
Not relevant right now.
Okay.
Cruise altitude and cost index. Set.
Right there.
CDU thrust limit page. Selected. Selected.
Okay, and now
Climb thrust. Set.
stand by. Let's see, because I want to put the SEL number in there, and also flap setting. So I'm looking
Hold
on
here
there.
until I have your confirmation.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so the SEL on the flight plan will be 52 degrees Celsius.
Awaiting your confirmation on the procedure.
Okay, hold on. We're going to go to D2. So that takes us down to 96.4 on the thrust.
Holding here until I have your confirmation.
That's fine. You'll keep holding. As I'm reading the flight plan. Okay, DT2, 52.
Captain, I need your confirmation on this item.
And let's see, we got that 52, 33 degrees Celsius. And it is climb and thrust is
Captain,
set.
verify and confirm, please.
We'll go to takeoff.
Set. We have selected the thrust limits. Takeoff 2, climb 2, check.
52. Okay,
Captain, I need your confirmation on this item.
climb thrust.
Check. CDU takeoff reference page. Selected.
Got it.
Selected.
And we're there.
Takeoff flaps. Set.
5,
Takeoff speeds. Set.
140. We're going to come back to that because this is not the real numbers.
Set. Procedure complete.
Okay, so that procedure's completed. But then I want to add in my own stuff, which would be The winds are going to be 140 at 8 knots. Okay, so that makes the takeoff speed 0, which is good. The field elevation is 75. So it's 1,075. Thrust reduction at 1,500. Outside temperature is 32. Okay, slope condition for runway 6 is going to be up 0.5%. So we go with up 0.5 slash the runway condition will be dry. Okay, now we go back to the first page. Okay, our CG going to be 29.8. Come back over here, 29.8. Alright, trim is going to be 4.5. Now, what I've noticed that on this aircraft is that when you put in the actual weight, the maximum takeoff weight, in this case it's going to be 775.0. 775.0. Uh-oh, did I put something wrong? Yeah, 775.0. Your speeds change again to 179, 188, and 194. I'm going to momentarily put that in there because I haven't loaded the bags, the fuel, or the passengers, so we'll come back to that. Okay, in this case we're going to call everybody. Let's get the radios on. That would help.
Hello, this is the captain speaking.
Good day.
Okay, so she's up, and we're going to end that call. We'll call the ramp.
Good day.
Hello, sir.
Alright, so let's go ahead and have him load the fuel, because you have to talk to them first in order for them to do anything.
Please start fueling.
Started refueling.
Okay, in my remembrance of the ramp procedure when I used to work the wide bodies back in the day, when we would load the flight, I was a lead on the gate, and so the fuel would go in first. Then you can put on catering. We'll try to get up there before we started loading cargo, so we'll just go ahead and load the catering.
Please proceed with catering service. We are ready for it to be loaded.
Of course, sir.
All of these things help as you're loading and balancing the airplane. Let's see if this jar design will work for us. Let's see what we can get. Nope, we don't have anything. So okay, the fuel is on, so we can go ahead and load the cargo.
You may load the cargo holds.
Sure.
Okay, there's the freight. There's the cargo, and there is the catering. Get a picture of that. Pretty cool. So that's doing that. Let's go ahead and see what the first officer, let me write this down. First officer's pre-flight. Let's see how that goes.
Thrust asymmetry compensation switch. Auto.
Right there.
In position. Primary flight computer's disconnect switch. Guard closed. Checked. Battery switch. On. Set and done.
Yep.
E-fade pass seats power switch. On.
Oh, that's right. He's going to do it by himself.
Cabin utility power switch. On.
See, he does it all by himself.
Selected and checked. APU generator switch. On. Selected. Bus tie switches. Auto. Auto. Generator control switches. On. On. Backup generator switches. On.
There we go.
Done. APU selector. Start, then on. Start, then on.
It's already on. Camera switch is needed. We could just put it on if we need. We don't need it.
Position. Left wiper selector. Off.
Off.
As it should be.
Yep.
Ground proximity runway override switch.
Up here.
Off. Verified. ELT switch. Guard closed. Selected. Emergency light switch. Guard closed.
There you go.
Guard closed.
Window
Service
heat.
interphone switch.
Oh, on.
Selected.
Right here.
Passenger oxygen switch. Guard closed. Guard closed.
It's closed.
Window heat switches. On. Selected and checked. Left and right engine primary pump switches. On.
There we go.
Selected. C1 and C2 electric primary pump switches.
Off.
Set and verified. Demand pump selectors.
Off.
Confirmed. No electronic selector. Auto.
There we go.
Set. Seat belt selector. Auto. Auto.
Now he's going to do the lighting.
Head panel light control. Mid. Circuit breaker panel light control. Mid.
Yep.
Master brightness light control.
He's going to turn that.
As needed. Master brightness switch. On. Glare shield panel light control. Mid.
Everything's
Flood
mid.
light control.
There we go.
Mid. Landing light switches. Off.
Off.
APU fire switch. In. Cargo fire arm switches. Off. Selected. EEC mode switches. Norm. In position.
Normal.
Start ignition selectors. Norm.
Normal.
Check and set. Auto start switch. On.
On.
As required.
As required.
Fuel jettison nozzle switches. Off.
Off.
Done. Fuel to remain selector. In.
In.
Fuel jettison arm switch. Off.
Off.
Checked. Set and confirmed. Fuel pump switches. Off.
Off.
Wing anti-ice selector. Auto. as it should be.
That's right. Anti-ice,
Engine anti-ice selectors.
auto,
Verified.
shade, verified.
Beacon light switch. Off.
Navight's on.
Navigation light switch. On. On. Logo light switch. As needed.
Yeah, it's getting
As
dark.
needed.
It's on.
Wing light switch. Off. As
Off.
it should be.
That should be.
Indicator light switch. As needed. Selected. Runway turn off light switches.
Off.
Selected. Taxi light switch.
Off.
Off. Off.
Strobe lights.
Strobe light switch.
Off.
Off. In position. Equipment cooling switch. Auto. Selected.
Yep.
Gasper switch. On. In position. Recirculation fan switches.
Both on.
On. Flight deck temperature control.
Auto.
Mid-auto position.
There we go.
Done.
See, he's doing it. I'm not touching it.
Cabin temperature control. Mid.
Mid. He's going to turn it halfway. There you go.
Pack switches. Auto.
Trim.
Trim air switches. On. Set and verified.
Verified.
Left, center, and right isolation switches. Auto.
Mm-hmm. Leads.
Auto. Engine bleed switches. On. Selected and checked.
Yep. Check.
APU bleed switch. Auto.
Auto. Select.
Checked and
Check.
set. Outflow valve switches. Auto. Indeed. Landing altitude selector. In. Set and confirmed.
Set.
Right wiper selector. Off. Set. Flight director switch. On. On. Lower center display switch. Push. Set and done. Minimums reference selector. Borrow. Borrow. Minimum selector. Reset. Reset. Barometric selector. Set QNH. Selected. ND range selector. 10. Forward panel brightness controls. Mid. Set and verified.
2980 is on
Navigation
the,
source switch. Off. Done. Display control source switch. Off. Off. Air data ATT source switch. Off. Off. Time date selector. UTC. As required. Inboard display selector. MFD. Selected. FMC selector. Auto. Checked. Flap override switch. Off. Set and confirmed. Gear override switch. Off. Selected. Terrain override switch. Off. In position. Landing gear lever. Down.
Down.
Set and done. Alternate gear switch. Guard closed.
there we go.
Auto brake selector. RTO. Verified.
Verified.
Secondary engine indications. Check.
There we go.
Verified.
Verified.
Status display. On. On. Center display control source switch. Off. Indeed. Center panel brightness controls. Mid. Set and done. Engine fire handles. Closed. Selected. Floor light switch. Dim. Dim. Observer audio selector. Norm. In position. I'll stand panel light control. Mid. Selected and checked. I'll stand floodlight control. Mid.
There we go.
In position. Procedure complete.
There we go.
Toga.
Okay, captain's pre-flight. Let's see who called. Ground.
There should be enough fuel for you now.
Thank
It's
you.
done.
Much appreciated.
Alright, so let's clear the crew, and the flight attendant, she called, the purser.
What can I do for you?
Alright, so we can start
You
boarding.
may board the aircraft now.
Starting to board.
Alright, so the first officer will do everything with the third pilot. And now we will come back and check with the captain to see what he does.
Minimums reference selector. Borrow. Set. Minimum selector.
Right there.
Reset.
Right there. So it's going to go to borrow, and we're going to put in 1075.
Captain, this item requires actions from your side before we proceed.
Yep, I'm doing it now. Set on.
Reset.
There we go.
Parametric selected. Set QNH.
That's set. And this is the automatic set.
Set.
It's 2928,
ND range selected.
2980. Okay, that's set.
Set. ND mode switch. Map. Set.
Yep,
Flight director switch.
on.
On. Auto throttle arm switches.
Set.
Arm. Autopilot disengage bar. Up.
Up.
Bank limit selector. Auto.
Auto.
Altitude increment selector. Auto. Forward panel brightness controls. Mid.
Mid. So when you hit the blue bar,
Sir, note the load sheet.
okay, thanks, Frank. We hit that, and that will be mid, and it'll reset itself.
Set. Navigation source switch. Off. Display control source switch. Off. Air data ATT source switch. Off. Time date selector. UTC. Set.
Yes.
Inboard display selector. MFD. Set. FMC selector. Auto. Alternate pitch trim levers. Neutral. Set. Speed brake.
Down.
Down. Reverse thrust levers.
Down.
Down. Thrust levers. Close.
Close.
Set. Flat lever. Up.
Up.
Park brake. Set.
Set.
Set. Stabilizer cutout switches. Checked. Fuel control switches. Cut off. Alternate flaps arm. Off. Alternate flap selector.
Off.
Done. Ready for pre-flight checklist. Auto throttle on.
Let's get that load sheet out of the way. Let's see. Okay, so that's the captain's pre-flight. Okay, so we use the performance computer. Runway 6, winds of 1408. Temperature, altimeter. Come up with the speeds of 149, 145, and 149. Excuse me, 141, 145, and 149. So we're okay there. We want to check the weights. Loading page. Everybody's on board. Okay, so we'll come back. The airplane. Have the flight attendant close the door.
We need that door closed.
Very well.
Okay, let's go ahead and turn on the transponder. We already set the MCP. We checked our routes. Let's see, the first officer should have a 20-mile ring on his. Okay. And let's see. I want to check something out here. To 5.25 is the trim. That's changed. Alright, because of the speeds. Okay. Alright, let's see before start procedure.
Flight deck door. Closed and locked. Set.
Okay.
CDU. Set. Confirmed.
Confirmed.
ES Mach selector. Set V2. In position.
Set.
Initial heading or track. Set.
263.
Skip this item. Taxi and takeoff briefings.
Completed. Let's see. When we pull out of the gate, I'm looking at Navigraph.
Captain, we're in the middle of the procedure.
Alright, well that's fine. Alright, well just be cool. I'll fire you. Alright, we come out of the alley and go straight to Charlie down to runway 6.
This is your item. Ready when you are. Complete. Exterior doors. Verify closed. Verify closed. Flight deck windows.
Closed.
And locked. Set and verified. Nose gear steering.
Check.
Locked out. Right electric demand pump selected. Auto. Setting
Okay.
confirmed.
Confirmed.
C1 and C2 electric primary pump switches. On. Set. Left electric demand pump selected. Auto.
There he goes. He's
Down.
doing it. And C1 and
C1
C2.
and C2 air demand pump selectors. Auto.
Auto.
Auto. Fuel pump switches. On.
Coming on.
On. Beacon light switch. On.
Coming on.
Checked and set. Cancel recall switch. Push. Verified. Cancel recall switch. Push. Set.
Oh, he does it. I'm all right.
Stabilizer track. 4.0 units.
And that should be 5.7. Let's see. 5.25.
Request your input at this step. Captain, continuing the procedure. Set.
Set.
Aileron trim.
0
units. Rudder trim. 0 units.
right there.
Ready for the before start checklist.
Okay.
Doors to automatic.
Aye, sir. All doors are in automatic position.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Cool. And let's do this. Get ground control.
Captain, to talk to the ground, we use the flight interphone connected to the ground.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Sir, Mike, connection to ground and their actual presence near the plane is needed.
So where are they? All right, nobody's out there. All right.
Sir, to contact the ground, you need to set up everything properly.
Well, I got the mic set. That's the flight attendant. Okay. We back up here.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, 5 past 10's inserted. Go until the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Nope.
How can I help you?
Please disconnect the shocks.
On my way. Listening?
Please disconnect the boarding gate.
Sure.
See, now I can go here
I
now
am here.
and just remove all equipment.
Ground equipment is no longer needed. Please remove it.
Yes, sir.
Alright, since everything is removed, we double check, make sure all lights are out. Parking brake is off.
Here comes the pushback. Line them up.
Till next time.
Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
very much.
Okay, looks like 10:45 UTC time. There we push back from the gate. Let's see. Let's just watch that for a few minutes. Okay, our time is going to be 2 hours and 54 minutes. And we won't start the engines until we are clear out of the area. So get that wall there. Should have had made him move up a little bit. Okay, set your brakes.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake. And we're disconnecting tow. Give me just a moment.
Thank you. Let's see, we're going to put a little bit more lighting up here. Okay. And let's go ahead and start the left
Auto
engine.
start switch. On. Secondary engine indications. Display.
Displayed.
As required. Start sequence. Announce.
Starting
Start
one.
engine left. Duct pressure left. Verify. More than
Verified.
20. Start ignition left switch.
He's going to do that, and then I come down here and I give fuel.
Pressure rising. Check. Fuel control switch.
And we're disconnected.
Run.
Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
All right, guys. Thank you. is
Starter,
disconnected.
check.
Okay,
Engine
insert a
stable.
pin.
Procedure complete.
Okay, let's start the right engine.
Secondary engine indications. Display. Set. Duct pressure right. More than 20. Done. Start ignition right switch.
More than 20, 28. Switch is in.
Indeed.
Pressure rising.
Check.
Fuel control switch.
On.
Run. Run.
Run, run, run.
Captain, this item requires actions from your side before we proceed.
Yep. Stand by.
Captain, this item requires actions from your side before we proceed.
It's out. It's in.
Starter cutout. Check.
Engine stabilized.
Stable start.
Procedure complete.
Okay, thank you. Okay, it looks like the thrust now was 93.4 instead of 96.4. Okay, let's see who called. There we go. Yes,
I
ma'am.
am listening.
Sir, we are ready back here. The briefing has been completed and all is secured.
Excellent. Okay, cabin lighting's all right. Mabuhay. Welcome. Okay, before taxi.
Before taxi, storm light switch. Off. Selected. APU selector. Off. Selected. Engine anti-ice selectors.
Not required.
Seated. Auto. Flaps. Takeoff.
5. See, he's doing it instead of me.
Flaps 5. Flight controls display. On. Set. Flight controls.
Checking.
Free and correct.
Transponder. TA only. Checked and set. Taxi light switch. On. Set and done. Ready for the before taxi checklist.
Okay, let's keep going then.
Before takeoff. Transponder.
TNA. It's already on.
Check. Strobe light switch. On.
I don't know why you got to put the strobe light when you're taxiing. I got to read that regs.
Landing light switches.
These
On.
two here.
On.
Blonde everybody.
Taxi light switch. Off. Checked and set. Notify the crew of takeoff.
You can get them call them.
Cabin. Prepare for takeoff.
Cabin is ready. We are all strapped in.
Ready for the before takeoff checklist.
Alright, when we get down to the runway, we will. Weather radar. Charlie, and that's what we want. Okay, Lima. Lima's to my right. Charlie 5, Golf 9, Echo 5. We'll take this all the way to the end. Okay, Charlie 6. And we'll hold right here. Brake set. Takeoff.
Park brake. Off.
Let's see, not yet, because I want to check something out. Alright, we'll go ahead and start the clock.
Release. Monitor thrust.
Alright, that's going to be, should be 50, 55. But we're also going to go ahead and let's see, climb to on course of 063, LL064, Foxtrot, at or above 10,000. That's on the SID. Alright, so you have to be on the runway when you do this takeoff procedure.
Clear left.
Clear right.
Approaching 06.
Altitude 36,000 feet.
Yeah. Alright, we're going to bring it up to 40%. Set these windows here. Pulling the brakes. I have a split on my yoke, so they're not even. Alright, that's good enough. Okay, 40%. Toga.
40%. Engine stable.
On runway 06.
Set.
Alright, we're looking for 145.
knots.
Pressure released.
Check.
.0.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Autopilot engaged.
Because I want to see this
400
taker.
feet.
Okay, turn to a heading of 003. 1,500 feet.
Heading 003. Check. Heading to course.
And maximum speed is 240 knots. We'll go ahead and give it to 1 degree flap. Show us off at 11:02. Flaps up. There's McCarty. Alright, next there'll be 272 on the heading.
Heading 272. Selected.
So when you want to clear the first officer
Heading
or
to
reset, you just go ahead and click it here in the corner, and also for the bio in the corner, or Q or H. Okay, transition altitude is 11,000.
Monitor lights.
Off. Okay, and next one's going to be we'll stay on 250, 252 is our next heading.
Heading 252. Selected.
Oh, that's a nice shot right there. Okay, cabin lighting's good. Okay, altimeter change. First officer. Should be standard, okay, and then one more. Perfect, 1, 2, 3. With the fuel. 20, 40, 252, 318 is on the climb speed, and we got 317, 318. Let's go to the briefing log. Coming up on Mesa, not below 10,000. Mesa is 6 minutes from takeoff. And our Mach should be 8.4 when we get to 360 or plus. Okay. Let's say 6 minutes. We already passed 9 minutes. The fuel should be 52.9, and we got 53.9. Alright, cool. There's Serac, there's Mia, that's 9 minutes, 53.8. .8. Now we'll monitor and keep track. 18,000. Circa is as the end of the SID. $268 will be Carag.
Heading 260. Check. Heading to course. Heading 260. Check.
Alright, circa says 10 minutes. We're 3 minutes behind. And it's showing 50.8 and we're 51.8. So we're okay on the fuel. Give me a little coffee here. Ooh, that coffee's still hot. Okay, so let's show it at 13 minutes and 51.4. Okay. And the next one we're going to do top of climb. So we know that we are ahead on the fuel. We're just about 3 minutes behind on the time. Carag is 14 minutes. We know that we're behind that. Okay, and that's the end of the SID. Okay, coming up on top of climb.
$1,000 to go.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Or is it Frank? "15 minutes, and I'm showing 17. I'm going to put in 49.6. So we're good. Now I put in also an 8.4 on the mock. So let's go here to VDAV. Got 8.1. Let's put 8.4. Okay.
Listening.
I can bring you some coffee, Captain.
Ooh.
Would you like it?
Yes.
Of course.
Would you like it with milk?
Nope.
Black, please.
Will do as you ask.
Thank you. And there it is. Okay guys, one more note. When it says monitoring and you have the E, it means that it's executed. So at the takeoff checklist was completed. So I executed it. And I'm just going to go ahead and go to the checklist.
VNAV path.
After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist.
Checklist complete.
See? And now the box is gone. And we're still in the heading of 268. We're at cruise, and so that's it. We're good. Okay, we got an hour and 30 minutes to go. And I already set up the arrival. Gonna arrive on runway 20 right. Coming in on the TUM G1C. And there are some restrictions there that we'll be dealing with. It's an RNAV approach. So Rupert, your initial approach fix. Honoru, which is the intermediate fix. And then right into Bravo Sierra 770. At 600 feet. Alright, we already set up for the fuel and the weight. Current fuel is 36.0, and we did 15.0. We came up with a landing weight of 472,000, and we're going to use flaps 30 at 143. That'll be our speed. And let's see, we're going to put in our fixes. There'll be no vectors because we're not on VATSIM tonight. Fix there. Top of descent is going to be 190 nautical miles. Let's see, Rpll, and the runway heading is 195, so we'll put 195, and that is 15 nautical miles. That will be a Noro, 15 nautical miles. Then to catch the glide slope, which it's RNAV, it'll be 4.9. Okay. So we have our rings in. Missed approach is going to be O dip. O B D I P. And that's at 5,000. Okay. And that is it. Temperature's 32, dew point's 24, winds are out of 180 at 11, altimeter is 2998. We have it set, radial altimeter 600, 2968, excuse me, yeah, 2968. And we're all set. There's no VOR, so I don't need to set that in. But once again, it's in RNAV.
Set. Checked. Ready for the descent and approach checklists. Auto throttle in speed mode.
.305. .263.
263. Set. Auto throttle idle. Auto throttle hold. Heading to course.
Alright, slow it down to 280. Okay, good pass.
VNAV speed. .280 knots. Set.
Okay, we gotta be below 18,000, flight level 180.
Heading 283. Set. Heading to course.
Okay, maximum speed at Tumga. .280 below 180. Okay, transition altitude 11,000. Transition level is 130. Okay, heading at 283, still doing 280. Okay, that should have been below. It's ramp at or above 11,000. Still too high on the V path, vertical path. 328.
Heading 328. Selected. Heading to course.
Not below 11,000. Speed still 280. $14.5. Okay, at or above. Correct it. 328. Yep, there's the airport right there. We'll go up and then come back down. Alright, next heading is going to be 016.
Heading 016. Check.
Let's see.
Heading to
74. Below 11,000, above 9,000.
Altimeter setting.
It's set. Thank you.
Monitor lights.
Alright, speed 240.
$240 knots. Check. Approach procedure. Five.
That's it. Mum 220.
Two two zero knots. Selected.
The maximum. Okay, we're gonna left turn. Two 13. $195 is our runway heading.
Check. Heading to course.
$5,000 at or above.
One 80 knots. Set.
Here's the airport. Alright, 19 miles out. Get to Bravo Sierra 770. That's where we intercept the glide. And we're going to do a little turn to the right. The runway's right here.
Twenty. 170 knots. Set. Heading to course. Heading 195. Set.
Okay, I guess it's going to hold this heading and then turn to 195. $12 miles out. Yeah, it looks like it's angling towards Bravo Sierra 770. That should be at 1600 and about 4.9 on the distance, and then we set to 600. Okay, let's see if that holds up right. There's the airport right here. And
Heading to course. Flaps 30. Speed checked. Flaps 30. 143 knots. Set.
oh, that's not going to work.
Speed brakes on.
Check.
Back
Ready
to
for the landing
30,000.
checklist. Approach procedure.
Speed brakes on.
Check. Ready for the landing checklist. Altitude 3,000 feet. Set. Auto throttle in thrust mode. Flight level change. Approach procedure. 1,000 to go.
Speed brakes on.
Check. Ready for the landing checklist. Approach procedure.
Speed brakes on.
Check. Ready for the landing checklist. Approach procedure.
Speed brakes on.
Check. Ready for the landing checklist. Auto throttle in speed mode. Altitude hold engaged. Approach procedure.
Speed brakes on.
Check. Ready for the landing checklist.
Bank angle.
Yep.
Bank angle. Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain.
Okay, let's hold it, set it up. The wind's coming out of the right. Trim, 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 brother.
500 above.
1,000.
1,000 unstable.
Make small corrections. Now we got winds coming out of the left.
Approaching 20 right.
Minimums. $500. $400.
Just make small corrections.
300. 200.
Hold it.
$100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Just hold it off.
Long landing.
Yeah.
Long landing.
There we go.
1,000 feet remaining.
Idle. Speed brakes up. Reversers normal.
80
Auto
knots.
brake normal. Thrust reverse. Off. Auto brake. Disarm. As it should be.
As it should be.
Runway turn off light switches. On. Procedure complete. After landing, speed brake, down, set. Landing light switches, off. Selected. Taxi light switch, on. Strobe light switch,
F7.
off. APU selector, start, then on.
Alright.
Start,
Make
then
a
on.
left here.
Status display, on. Checked. Engine anti-ice selectors, as needed, selected. Set the flap lever. Up. Transponder. TA only.
Clear left.
Clear right. TA only. Procedure complete.
Okay, 1400 on. Two hours and 57 minutes. Gonna come up to Yankee. Alright, so that RMP approach is too much of a turn. I could have caught it early. I should have caught it early, went for that heading of 213 and went straight to the dotted white lines and take that approach like that instead of making all of these crazy S turns, which was uncalled for. Alright, this is Yankee coming up. Right there.
Clear right.
Check.
Cross the runway 20 left. Strobes on.
Approaching 20.
The regulation says all lights should be on.
Altitude 0 feet. Check.
Okay, hotel. which is straight ahead. Hotel 1. There it is, right there to the left. Understand this is man-made lake.
Clear left.
Clear right.
T13, which this is it, and Echo 6. Let's see what do we have here. It's Echo 1. Echo 8. There's 7. I guess 5. That was the one that we were originally wanting. We had it on FlightAware. This here is 4. Let's take this one. Score 2. Yeah, let's take this one here.
Clear right.
Check.
Okay, I am the line. Ooh. Brakes is set. Make sure the APU is running. Yep.
Shutdown. Park brake set. Checked and set. APU selector.
Start
then
on. It was already on. Why would you start it again?
Start, then on.
Yeah.
APU generator switch. On.
It's on. Verify electrical power. We
Fuel
have it.
control switches. Cut off.
Cut
Checked
off.
and set. Seat belt selected. Off.
Oh, he's in it. He's
Indeed.
doing it.
C1 and C2 air demand pump selectors. Off. Off. Left electric demand pump selector. Off. Selected and checked. C1 and C2 electric primary pump switches. Off. Selected. Right electric demand pump selector. Off. Set. Fuel pump switches. Off. Selected. Beacon light switch. Off.
Off.
Selected. Flight director switch. Off. Selected. Transponder mode selected. Standby. As required.
As required.
Ready for shutdown.
Okay.
All doors to manual mode.
Affirmative. All doors disarmed.
Please open the door.
Absolutely.
You may allow the passengers to disembark.
Yes, sir. Detaining immediately, yes, sir.
We're getting anybody on the ramp? Okay, we got air conditioning. Okay, so pretty much got the first officer procedures worked really well. Now I got a good understanding of what it's like, so we can definitely do that in future flights.
Ready for you to call the secure checker. Adiro switch. Off. Off. Emergency light switch cover. Open. Setting confirmed. Emergency light switch. Off. As it should be. Hat switches. Off. Selected. Ready for you to call the secure checklist.
has been unloaded.
Thank you very much.
Watch this approach. I didn't think that it would run it back. So yeah, I did that crazy, well, the computer, the FMS did that crazy turn. The runway's right over here. So I had to take over here. To get to Bravo Sierra 770 at 1,600 feet. And it even let me down because it was at 5,000. Now I'm at 3,600. Of course, this constitutes a go around, but it's a 12,000 foot runway. $2,600. Overbanked, overcorrecting. Get that power out of there. At 161 knots. .7 miles to go. Okay, 1,300, and I'm already passing the Bravo Sierra 770. Speed at 156. And the wind shifted to the left, from the right to the left. .660 feet. I'm holding that power now. I'm 144, and it should be 143. 145 on the speed, 419 feet. Two miles out. .154 on the speed. .146. Just holding it, holding it. Holding it. Okay. Put that door open. All right.